Yeah. It's me again. Again and again and again. And again and again. The hair care for men. Again and again with the hair care for men. A bit of a rhythm to that, isn't there? The juggler. The whistler. To be honest, Nick, that's the second shitty Batman villain character you've pitched us. First it was the juggler. Now it's the whistler. I kind of feel like you're just sort of funny. You're not really putting much effort into your Batman villain ideas. You aren't just hitting go live, and then just talking shit and just making it up as you go, are you? You're not doing that, but with Batman villains, are you? Oh, what? I stayed away for 3 weeks to come up with the whistler. Been working on that content for years. Had it in the chamber. I also got the chamber. Windex? Wake up, you baby. Yeah. This works. This shit. Industrial grade glasses cleaning. I can see clearly now. I've used Windex. And when I say used, I don't mean like a drug. No pictures of a bird. Does not recommend injecting Windex. Or consuming it any other way. Use it to clean your glasses, that was great. No, Nick, no. You're about to. I didn't say it was a Batman. It was. It's not a Batman villain. The cleaner, the glass cleaner. No. Next, you'll be pitching the squeegee guy as a Batman villain. He was just doing like squeegees at the fucking traffic lights until finally he got pushed too far. No, that wouldn't work. That doesn't work. I'm only joking, by the way. Yeah, I don't sit around pitching Batman villains to myself like this. I just like to coffee. Wake up, you baby. I just like to start the show with like a bit of banter. Set the tone. It is the internet. It is a conversational format. It's like a variety show. You know what I mean? Like the news is very rigid. It's very structured. The format is very fucking rigid. It's like, right, nah. You say this and this. The script is like, it's like, nah, one shot, one angle. It's just like looking straight down the barrel of the camera. That's it. Newsreader wears the same thing every time. The only variation is like he's wearing a tie or not. That's it. I mean, I guess I do that too. Yeah. But this is kind of more like a casual sort of like chat show. You got the cuppa there. You got the cup of coffee in your hand. It's more like today, Carl stepping over. No one misses you, Carlos. You fucking spastic. You know what? I miss you, SJ. I haven't seen you on. I haven't been watching Today or Today Extra. And the times that I have caught it, you're not there. Yeah, because you're like, yeah, you're literally overseas for the Olympics. Half your luck. She still watches the show diligently, she says. Oh, thanks. Thanks, SJ. I really appreciate it. And you and Tara Bennett have been catching up. That makes me extremely glad to be alive. And I'm still alive. Still very, very alive. Still very, very still alive. You're watching No Pictures of a Bird, a podcast by Mr. Tapscott. I'm Mr. Tapscott. Joining me as always. Thank you for not doing the juggle, she says. Tara Bennett, representative of Scandal. Don't forget, we're getting married. Don't forget, she's better than you, smarter than you, cooler than you, prettier than you, better dressed than you. She smells better than you. She's better than you at fucking Sudoku. She's better than you at Scrabble. Definitely better than you at backgammon. Yeah. She has better taste in breakfast meats than you. That was her. She came up with that. That's very niche, but it's true. I believe it. Don't forget, she's definitely fucked your boyfriend. And she was definitely better at it than you ever could be. Yeah. And Kitty Callahan, represented here by this Granite Island Cup. Don't forget, they murdered penguins. Don't forget, she's richer than you. Better than you, cooler than you, smarter than you. Better taste in art than you. Better at making art. Talent is intangible. And also, you've either got it or you don't have it. No, you don't got it. She got it. She's got it. She's got the talent, you got no talent. She's got all the money, you don't have any money. Suck my balls. Suck my balls. Kitty, I would like to heroically volunteer my balls for people to suck on your behalf, because she doesn't have balls. She's a very beautiful woman. So she can, I'll put my balls on the table. Yeah, suck my balls. If you have a problem with any of that about Kitty Callahan, you suck Mr. Tapscott's balls. You fucking spastics. Yeah. I went to East Gardens today. Windex. Wake up, you babies. Ironically, many of you won't wake up. Ever again. This morning was the last time you woke up. Or maybe it was 20 years ago. Who knows? Yeah. Anyway. That's what I did today. And just like general, just fucking cranking out the content. You know what I mean? Like I've had to do because now I'm on all the platforms. Oh, by the way, don't forget to like and subscribe, please. Like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Something about my hair, preferably. Something about how I'm richer than you. I don't know. I'll leave it up to you. As long as it's specifically about how the juggler is the best idea for a Batman villain in the history of literature. The juggler. Yeah. Leave that comment specifically, please. Yeah. But I'll leave the details up to you. But I leave that comment specifically. Thank you. Thanks. The juggler. That's right. But yeah, no, because now I got my podcast on a shit ton of platforms. I got booted from Instagram, by the way. I got kicked off Instagram. Almost definitely for my posting about trying to get a phone unlocked from Optus, and they kept fucking me around. And then finally I got to their Rundle Mall store, and they're like, it's going to take 2 weeks. 2 weeks? And I'm like, why are you using dog shit fan? You're a fucking Optus employee. Just unlock the fucking phone. He's like, all right, get here. They kicked me out. What the fuck? Yeah, and then I told that story on the podcast. And then I re-clipped it and I published it on all my social channels. One of those social channels was Instagram. And then the next day, they're like, oh, you're banned. You breach community guidelines. I'm like, well, fuck you. It's not really my style anyway. But, the King of Spain boys, they're pretty big on Instagram. So I thought, like, well, now I could emulate some of their success. But then I thought about it more. It's like, well, look, I'm kind of a blokey. I'm a dude. That's my brand. So Joe Rogan's on Spotify. He's not on Instagram. Yeah. All those, like a lot of the YouTube and Spotify and just fucking podcasting. I'm kind of one of those guys. So that's fine. I don't need Instagram. kind of struggling through TikTok. Yeah, I think there's an internal battle between myself, the forces of good, which is me, and the forces of bad, which is TikTok bitches. Because they're trying to ping me as like, yeah, and they like, because they can suppress your content if they want. Like, that's how TikTok works. They're gatekeepers. Yeah, TikTok, the staff at TikTok are gatekeepers. They call themselves community moderators. But if they want, they can just like, if they want you to go viral, they'll just serve your content up to 1 billion people. So it all comes down to like what's in that feed. So if they want, they can just like click, serve to 10 million people, and then bang, you're a viral, you're a star. You're a social media star. And they can do the opposite too, which is serve to 100 people. And that's it. And it's like completely arbitrary. They can just do it for whatever reason. Yeah. And so I think that's what they're doing to me. Yeah. They're like, nah. They're just like not serving up my content. It's like, fuck off. And Facebook as well. Like when I first started putting stuff on Facebook, it was going push, and now it's quite muted. Yeah, the algorithm is quite muted. But fuck them, right? Yeah, who cares? Who cares? Yeah. And I'm kind of, I have to admit, I've been neglecting X. Yeah. So I need to like make sure I keep posting there. I do. Yeah. Anyway. You're watching No Pictures of the Better Podcast by Mr. Tapscott. I'm Mr. Tapscott. Today's going to be a bit shorter because we're shooting a bit later. It's like 10 to 7, so my team are like, we know you're hungry and we know you've got food in the fridge that you're looking forward to eating. So let's get the ball fucking rolling. Towards your mouth, which you can suck. No, that's a different ball. That's a testicle. Okay, so yesterday we spoke about the King of Spain and how he's still a fucking, or he was a far-right nationalist, fascist. I kept like Spanish Catholic Nazi. Yeah, the same fascists. There was only 2 generations between him and his father, or his grandfather. His grandfather was like as bad as Hitler. Yeah, so in Germany you had Hitler, so he was the far right there. In Italy you had Mussolini, and in Spain okay, General Franco was in charge, but this isn't what I wanted to talk about, but that's all right. Alfonso VIII. Yeah, that's going to be him. Yeah, former King of Spain. No, died 1941. Never reaching the end. Nights that won't happen. We can't even begin. We can't even begin. Yeah, okay. So Alfonso XIII was the king of Spain. He was deposed by Franco, General Franco, just sort of sat in there. But he was like pro-Franco, basically. Was he? Was he? I don't know about that. Maybe not. Maybe not. Death. What the fuck are you talking about? That's the 12th or the 3rd. Oh, death. Okay, so Juan Carlos took the throne in 1975 after Franco. General Franco, was the dictator in charge of Spain. So you had Mussolini in Italy, you had Hitler in Germany, and you had Franco in Spain. Now the royal family in Spain were kind of pieces of shit anyway. Yeah, and they just fucking hated commies because commies fucking hated them because they were cunts. Yeah. No, okay, yeah, right. No, yeah, he was. Yeah, so the predecessor to Juan Carlos, the King of Spain. What the fuck? The predecessor to Juan Carlos, the King of Spain, was Alfonso XIII. Alfonso XIII abdicated the throne in 1941. Yeah, and it was basically because Franco was in charge. And then when Franco died, he gave the but Franco was basically like the fascist, anti-commie, basically. So he kind of stepped in as like General / dictator, El Presidente, and then he gave the throne back to Juan Carlos. Yeah, when he died. So yeah, but basically the point I'm trying to make, that was a very long-winded way to say that the Spanish are still fucking World War II grade fascists, and which basically, yeah, they're exactly as bad as the Nazis. The only reason they didn't gas a shit ton of Jews is because they didn't think to do that, but they would have. Yeah, and then once Juan Carlos got in, it's like, cool, well, heat's off. Like everyone thinks the war's over, so sweet. So they went back to that. So that's when then he got tight with the PLO. Yeah, he was really tight with the PLO. He fucking hated Israel because Israel was that fucking stopgap between Spain and all of those oil-rich nations of the Middle East. So you had Kuwait, you had Iran, you had Iraq, you had Syria, you had Jordan. Yeah. And so Spain sort of and the only thing standing between Spain, those fucking Nazis, the Spanish Catholic Nazis, the same Spanish Catholic Nazis who murdered hundreds of millions of people in South America to steal their gold and steal their land and stuff. The same Spanish Catholic Nazis who did the Spanish Inquisition, those Nazis. The only thing standing between them and the oil-rich nations in the Middle East was Israel. And so they fucking hated Israel. And also they hate Jews. They hate Jews as well because they can't bring them under control of the Catholic Church. Yeah, because those Catholics, they're like, right, this is the rule book. You step out of line slightly. You wear the wrong, if you wear the wrong color scarf to church, you're fucking dead. We can hang you for that. Yeah, that's. And whereas Jews are like, no, we don't have any of those fucking rules. What are you talking about? That's not us. But you need to do what it says in this book. It's like, no, that's not our thing. That's your thing. That's not our thing. And so, fuck you. Fucking hate you, Jews. Yeah. So for that reason, among many other reasons, yeah, the Spanish have always fucking hated Israel. And so, yeah, they were best mates with the PLO. They were also instrumental in the Munich attacks. They helped set that up. They aided the PLO. So that was Black September that did that. But it was Black September effectively a proxy for the PLO. And the Spanish provided like resources, training, safe passage. Like they helped them get into Europe basically. So those guys like just sailed a boat, very quietly. They sailed a boat from Palestine up to Spain, and then travelled overland to Germany, and then snuck in that way. And then the Spanish sort of like turned a blind eye the whole way because they knew what go get them fucking Jews, go get them Israelis at the Munich games. Yeah. And East Germany was involved in that as well. So that was the same fucking network that was there in World War II. It was the SS, the East German Nazis. They were still there. All those SS were still there. They still had the same contacts in Spain. They're still on. Hey, Spain. There's a games coming up in Germany. Should we fuck up? Should we do something to fuck up these Jews and these Israelis? It's like, yeah, that sounds like a fucking great idea. Yeah, hello, PLO. Yeah. And Hezbollah, that was Spain. So the Australian SAS had Hamas in Palestine. That was the Australian SAS. They had Hamas as a proxy to fuck around with Israel because they hate Israel too for the same reason. And Spain had Hezbollah to destabilize the region, to destabilize Lebanon, destabilize Palestine, launch attacks and fuck around with Israel, just make their life hard, harass them, destabilize Syria. Spain propped up the Assad regime secretly because they loved that guy because he was a dictator. Yeah. And to fuck around with like Iran and sort of like eat it out from the inside. Yeah, destabilize it. Yeah, the Quds Force, they were involved in the Quds Force too. Yeah. Yeah. So that was them. And one thing that we kind of touched on is the fact that motherfucker Felipe, who we spoke about yesterday, he had spies everywhere as well. Exactly the same way that the monarchs, like in exactly the same way that Malcolm Turnbull had spies fucking everywhere, especially fucking around with Mr. Tapscott. Yeah, and so Felipe, the King of Spain, was fucking around with Mr. Tapscott. He was fucking around with Kitty Callahan, personally. He was fucking around with Tara Bennett. He was fucking around with like Australians in general. Yeah. And he was kind of in cahoots with the Queen of England, who would do the same thing. Yeah, so we've established as well like what the Queen of England was capable of doing. She sent spies in all the time just to hassle you about trivial bullshit. She had spies moving into my house constantly. Baby Reindeer is about Queen Elizabeth. I'm the fucking comedian. I'm the failed comedian. The comedian. The juggler. Yeah, I'm that guy. And Martha, the fat chick, that's a spy sent by Queen Elizabeth. And that's sort of roughly based on a true story, which is the story of Mr. Tapscott working in hospitality in Fitzroy. Yeah. 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 Anyway. So Felipe would do that. Now, Fitzroy in Melbourne, in Victoria, in Australia, was a hotspot. Because in the same way that you've got, like, New York City has Little Italy, and there are Chinatowns in, like, San Francisco has a Chinatown. Fitzroy in Melbourne, Victoria, Australia, is like Little Spain. So there are heaps of Spanish people there. And so that's why Fitzroy in Melbourne is a little nest of Spanish fascist spies. And that's why Fitzroy fucking sucked fucking balls. It was so shit. I hated it so much. I fucking hated it so much. Yeah, I hated it. And like from the moment I got there, I was being fucked around with by spies, representative of spies sent by fucking Felipe, the King of Spain, to suppress not just me, but everyone. Yeah. He's got his spies everywhere. And yeah, they were there. Yeah. And they were just like human blowflies. They'd just fuck around with people, like piss them off, do shit to annoy them on purpose, steal their stuff. There was a lot of murders happening. They were involved in the drug scene as well. Drug dealing and the local crime and things like that. They were part of that because it's a great way to destabilize stuff. If you can murder someone and then blame it on a gangster, great. Easy. If you've got a network of crims, he's like, oh, we need someone whacked. And it's like, oh, you make it look like it was like, oh, well, he had a drug debt, and that's why he got whacked. But it's actually like a political assassination. Yeah. Yeah, easy. Yeah. Now, so part of that drug network, because I used to hang out at a bar called the Black Cat in Fitzroy, and it's this bar. And yeah, that's it. It's on Brunswick Street. And I used to hang out there. I'd go drinking there maybe like 3-4 nights a week. And I always had a crew there. It was the type of bar, like you wouldn't make phone calls. You'd just turn up to the Black Cat and there'd be people there that you could have a beer with. Yeah. It was that type of place. It was like Cheers. It was the bar from Cheers. And there was a group of people there who I met when I first moved to Melbourne in 2007. And I basically said to them, like, right, this is my local bar and you're my friends now. Because they seemed cool on the surface. But then I got to know them and I was like, oh man, these guys are fucking grinding. They all had like really serious issues. Yeah, everyone in Melbourne knows who I'm talking about. So I'm talking about the idiots. Yeah, a bit of history about the Black Cat as well. The Black Cat was actually founded by this cunt. Henry Mars, a well-known hospitality figure, artist, and musician, recognized for founding several iconic venues in the city. Founded by Henry and Tony Edwards in the Black Cat Cafe, founded in 1982 in Fitzroy. The Night Cat, that's on Johnson Street in Fitzroy. Blue Diamond, I worked there. I worked there for maybe about 6 months to a year. And Bachelors from Prague, I don't know that band. Mars has been a significant figure in Melbourne's nightlife and music scene for decades, with his venues often featuring his own artwork. After stepping away from the Blue Diamond, he has continued to be involved in artistic and musical endeavours. The Blue Diamond venue has since reopened in the Melbourne CBD with a focus on Japanese cuisine and cocktails. Yeah. That's him. Yeah, now that is the face of Melbourne. Look at that cunt. Yeah, he looks like a pedo. He is a pedo, I'm being told now. Yeah. And he's a dick, and his bars are kind of shit. And if you call him out, you go, no, you're a cunt. Yeah. He'll underpay you. I worked for him at Blue Diamond. He was a piece of shit. You do like 10-hour shifts without a break. And if you ask for a break, they go, well, fuck off, commie. You know, basically. Yeah, they had a staff meeting, and the owner goes like, right, whoever's been saying that we need to pay federal minimum award wages and give you proper breaks, it's not going to happen unless John Howard unless Kevin Rudd walks in here himself. It's not going to happen. Yeah, he just straight up said it. Oh, you fucking cunt. Yeah. So I just started I corrected the balance basically. Yeah. And yeah, so Henry didn't take him long to figure out who I was. Yeah, he found out who I was. Yeah, and he got tipped off as well. Because, yeah, he was like, oh, fucking kill him. Yeah, because I worked for him. It was like, yeah, fuck you. Your bar is shit and you suck and fuck off. And he was like, yeah, he's kind of saying he was mid-senior Ndrangheta. He was an Ndrangheta associate, but mostly he was actually a Spanish fascist. He was a fascist. He was a Spanish fascist. And that crew that I was hanging out with at the Black Cat in Fitzroy, they were part of his fucking network of informants. And I didn't realize that. I just thought they were fuck sticks. Yeah. So I was in a band with them for like a year. And they're like, yeah, we were rehearsing at Pony. That's Pony, the bar. So Pony was a bar owned by, what was the guy's name? I don't remember his name. Yeah, John Perring. John Perring was Painters and Dockers. So John Perring was Painters and Dockers. And he had an alliance with Henry Mars, who was a Spanish fascist. Because the Painters and Dockers are Irish Catholic Nazis. Yeah. And so so Henry Mars, like that Black Cat crew, was Spanish fascists. Yeah. And so I was in a band. So the guy that I'm talking about is a guy called Adam Boal. And he was like, I'm like, oh yeah, like I play drums. Should be able to find him. That's Adam Boal. So he seemed pretty cool. And so I just sort of approached him and said, like, hey, dude, like, yeah, I'm new in town. I play drums. I'm looking for a band. Do you want to be in a band? Like, he's like, we've been looking for a drummer for ages. And then I turned up to rehearsal. And because, like, I'd just come from, I'm going to fucking kill you. The first rehearsal I turned up at, we wrote the best song we ever wrote in that first jam session. I'm like, yeah, sick. Well, hopefully it'll be like that. But then I turned up to rehearsal with Adam, and he's like, King! Yeah. And he had a real fucking stick up his ass. Like, he had a real bug up his ass. Like, real inferiority complex. He had heaps and heaps of issues. Like, really serious issues. I'm pretty sure he was sexually assaulted as a kid. Yeah, he was touched as a kid. He was a victim. He was a survivor. Yeah, well, he wasn't really a survivor, I guess. Yeah, because I got him in the end. And layer after layer. Yeah, and his dad was abusive and used to bash his mum. Did he bash Adam as well? Yeah, and Adam used to get bashed by his dad. Yeah, things like that. So he had a lot of issues. Yeah, he did. Yeah. And one of the things that he couldn't handle was any kind of feedback or any kind of constructive criticism, which made being in a band with him a nightmare. Because he's like, well, yeah, what do you think? And it's not really music, is it? He's like, fuck you. And so you couldn't, yeah. And so you just had to sit there and say, oh man, this fucking sucks. So I gave it a year. I was in that band for a year. We were rehearsing twice a week. Now, bear in mind, I'm going to fucking kill you. We're rehearsing twice a week for 2 months before we started playing shows. And then we started selling out. We played every venue in town and sold it out like twice or 3 times. I was in Adam Boal's band. We were rehearsing twice a year we were rehearsing twice a week for a year, and we didn't even have a singular song. And so then, we were at rehearsal at Pony. But we played Pony. We rehearsed at Pony. Pony? What he's actually doing there, and I'm like, I couldn't fucking care less. But what he's doing is saying, like, I'm connected to organised crime. The painters and dockers. And I'm like, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. Yeah. Because that's how those Melbourne fucksticks roll. Yeah, exactly. It's like, you can do something shit. Yeah. Bar Open is the worst bar in the world. It's terrible. The service is terrible. The bartenders are fucking useless. You get food poisoning there. They put iodine in the beers. Like, they water down the spirits and shit. Like, every wrong thing you can do in a bar, they'll do. They'll overcharge you. Like, the bar staff will just make up prices for drinks. They'll just go, $18. Like, what? For a pint? Like, yeah. And then they'll inflate it by $3 or $4 and just pocket the money. Like, shit like that. Yeah. Yeah. Useless. But you can't criticize them because it's a painters and dockers bar. And so that's how they operate. It's like, you wouldn't dare criticize us because the mafia will kill you if you do that. Yeah. I was thinking, fuckheads. Yeah. So Henry Mars kind of got, like, he wanted to kill me because I was hanging out at the Black Cat. I was in a band with Adam. And then after a year, in the middle of rehearsal, we played a song. And it was fucking shit. And we recorded it and listened back to it. And it was terrible. And Adam goes like, oh yeah, look, I think there's some progress there. Let's try it again. And I was saying that was shit. That was terrible. That was not music. That was fucking gay. You're delusional, bro. Yeah. If you think, there's no progress. We've made no progress. I've 10 hours a week I'm committed to this band, and I've got nothing. I've got nothing to show for it. We've made no progress. I've got no work. I haven't achieved anything. It's just wasted my time. If I committed 10 hours a week to anything, to writing a novel, I'd have one. It'd be written by now. It'd be done. So fuck you. And I quit. Mid-song, I was like, nah, that's it. That's it. Stop. I quit. That's it. Yeah, and so then Adam went like, but he quit our band. And all the gangsters went like, but doesn't he know who you are? He's like, well, I thought he did. So, well, fuck. He's fucked. Yeah, he's fucking dead. And yeah, they wanted to kill me for that. Just for quitting the band. Just for quitting Transnational. Yeah. But then immediately, because Anzacs knew that I was in town. Like, oh shit, he's in a rough area. And he's mouthy. And he's a target anyway. So we better put the word out. Like, don't touch that guy. He'll fuck. Like, he's got Anzac. He's backed by Anzacs and he'll fuck you up. Yeah. Yeah. But Adam Boal and those guys. Adam Boal. Jake Nash. That's why Ange. Oh, that's why. Yeah. So some stupid cunt. Yeah. That's it. So Adam Boal, Jake Nash. Tim Bruin. Jay Fang. And not Nick Smith, no. Who else was there? Anton? Yeah, Anton. Yeah. And there are more, but I can't remember them. Yeah, they're I can't remember his name, but the fat fucking guy, Simon or something like that. Yeah. Oh, Steve. Yeah. Gabe. And not Nathan. Those 8 dudes. Yeah. Those 8 dudes were all Spanish fascists. They're all Spanish fascist spies. Yeah. How many of them were murderers? All of them when I met them. Just those 3, like Steve, Gabe. Yeah. And that's why Steve was in advertising. He was a murderer. Yeah. So Steve, Gabe, and the fat fuck. Yeah. 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 Yeah, they're all Spanish fascists. They're all Spanish fascist spies. And that was their little area. Yeah. They were basically, just goons that would just hang around that area. And just in case, like something kicked off, like a rival faction came in and tried to muscle them out. Yeah. And I couldn't handle it. I'm like, fuck this. This is fucking shit. I don't know how you guys live like this. This bar sucks. And you're retarded. They used to call themselves the idiots. Yeah. Yeah. Now, I kind of crossed paths with a Spanish fascist and I didn't realize it. Until just then. But I got a job at a cafe called Retro, and I'd just come from an Ndrangheta controlled cafe called Cafe Italia. And I didn't get along with them because they were fucksticks. Yeah, they were like, oh, well, if you live with the supervisor from work, he's the supervisor of your house as well. But I'm like, no, he's not. I don't give a shit if he's the supervisor or not. And they're like, well, you're fine. Like, yeah, it didn't work out. Yeah, and then I got a job at another cafe called Retro. Really need to go to the bathroom. All right, I'm going to do that super quick. I'll edit it out. We'll be right back. Let's watch a video.
With some evil in my eye and some thoughts in my head that were making me feel high. On my head was a hoodie, in my ears was some bass. I was walking around my dog when I saw that sexy face come towards me. With a little cheeky smile, if she was a phone, I pick her up and dial the fire brigade. 1000. She stole me my tracks. I said, hello. Oh, hello. Sleeping in the sand with some dreams in my head that were causing an extension to the towel and my bed, and the waves were revolving like the curves on the legs of that sweet beach pillow with a centerfold spread. In the midst of the slumber, heard some footsteps are creeping, and I woke to discover the woman I've been dreaming. She knelt at my side, said, "Can I share your pillow?" I rolled over and I said, "Well, hello." Oh, hello. Some like money making, some like cars, and some like the houses with the rooftop spires, and some like the gossip about some rich sugar daddies. But me and my friends who like the golden brown honey's, and some like watching people living on TV. That's a little strange if you're asking me, cause I like to eat and laugh and play down. Now these are the things I know. Well, hello. Oh, hello. Hello, hello. Oh, hello, hello. Welcome to this night. Welcome to this song. Welcome to these rhymes that be going on and on. Welcome to the empire and the funky empire tunes. But most of all, welcome to the fellas in this room. Welcome to the...
Okay, sorry about that. But that's the Cat Empire. That's Fitzroy. That's the Fitzroy sound. It's kind of like that Spanish influence. Yeah, because they're all Spanish fascists. Yeah. Now, I got a job at a cafe called Retro, and I was sick of taking shit because it's my third job in Melbourne now, and I'd just come from Adelaide. I was like the best barista in town, and then I get to Melbourne and I was like, no, you got to start at the bottom, and so I was fucking sick of it. I was like, no, I'm not taking shit. And so I get a job at this cafe called Retro. Now, to make a cup of coffee is like an espresso, like a cappuccino or a flat white or a latte or whatever, is two parts. You've got the espresso shot and you've got the milk. If you fuck either of them up, the entire coffee is going to be atrocious. Now, day one, lesson one, barista school, this is how to pour an espresso shot from an espresso machine. It should run for 30 seconds and it should look like syrup. It should look like honey. Like when you imagine you've got a bottle of honey and you tip it out and it will go like drip, drip, drip. It should be that thick. It should be really viscous. That's what it should look like. If it's coming out too fast, it means your grind is too coarse. The water's just washing over it and not extracting the oil out of the coffee. If it's too slow, it means that the grind is too fine and it's like sand. So you're pouring, the water's trying to push through, but there's not enough surface area. And so it's just going to sit in there. And then what comes out is going to drip out eventually. But it's going to drip too slowly and it's going to taste bitter because it's going to be burnt. Yeah. So that's day one, lesson one, barista school. Right. Now I get to Retro. And they're like, barista wanted. And I'm like, cool. And this bitch is there. And she's like, okay, yeah, we take this extremely seriously here at this cafe. This is something we take extremely seriously. And she's talking down to me. I'm like, yeah, all right. And then she's like, oh, show me what you got. And so I do it. She's like, okay, cool. Yep, all right. And then she thought she was the manager. And then the actual manager goes like, oh, yes, cool. Like, she loved me. She's like, yeah, you're hired. Yeah, sick. Yeah. Because I did like a pattern in the coffee. She's like, oh, yeah, wow. Yeah. And, first shift. They're like, oh, it's fucking busy on the weekend there. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. And I'm making coffee and I'm like falling asleep. Yeah, because it's too easy. It's like, this is busy. A little bit of Han Solo seeping through there. Yeah. And one thing that I did, their shots was just blasting out, just like, and I'm like, all right, let's fix that. Click, 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 done. Grind adjusted, problem solved. And I was like, fuck, what did you do? I adjusted the grind. You should know how to do that. Your barista should know how to fucking do that. There, I've done it, fixed it. And everyone's like, oh, this guy, yeah. Now, who gets offended by that? Ange. That bitch. She's like, oh, fuck. Because everyone's like, oh, Nick Tapscott, yeah, awesome. So I fucking hate him. I hate him. And I'm like, here we fucking go, straight away. I've got an enemy. Like, I've been on this job for like 2 minutes, and I've got a fucking enemy. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Yeah. I've been there for 2 minutes, and I've got an enemy. Fuck. And I'm sick of taking shit at this point. So I'm like, nah, look, I can't be fucked with this. So I go to a party with one of them, and I'm talking to one of the chicks. And she goes, oh, and this is on the tail end as well. So I've been in Fitzroy for maybe 6 months or so. And I went to a party. I went to another party and I picked up a girl and I banged the shit out of her. I banged the absolute shit out of her. Yeah. Like, I did it Misty Tapscott style. Like, I took a great amount of pride. It's like, all right, I want to get a name for myself in the local neighborhood. And so, I did it. Yeah, very convincingly, I'm being told. Yeah. and Ange had heard about it. Yeah, because that chick worked at that cafe, and she hated that cafe. She left. She was gone by the time I got there. But she'd already gone to work and said, "Oh, I fucked this guy on the weekend," and he's like, "Yeah, he banged the shit out of me." Yeah. Yeah. And so I get there and they're like, "Oh, that's that guy that banged the shit out of Loretta." All right. Loretta was also a Spanish fascist. There you go. Yeah, and so like I go to a party and one of the girls goes, "Oh yeah, you know Ange, like yeah, she fucking hates you. She fucking hates you." I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Yeah, he must have a big dick. He's gonna act like that." I'm like, "What? For making the coffee better? You're a bar manager, and you hate me because I made the product of the cafe better. So if you're a head chef in a kitchen and someone cooks something really well, so yeah, I made it taste better. It's like I hate you. Well, what the fuck kind of bartender are you? So fuck you." Yeah. So I was like, "I'm not taking shit." So first thing next shift, I pulled the owner aside and I go like, "Look, here's the deal. I've been working here for like what, less than a week. Went to a party. Apparently, Ange fucking hates me. She says it's got something to do with the size of my dick. I won't put up with this shit. I won't put up with this shit. I'll just quit. I'll just fucking quit. Yeah. I won't put up with it. I'll just bail. I'll just quit. Yeah, that'll be it." And they're like, "Oh, fuck." Yeah, and I said it to the owner. And he's like, "Right, that's it. I'm sick of her shit." And Ange got fired. Yeah, because he's like, I just went through this shit. Because apparently she's like that. She was the cafe bitch. And he was like, "Right, that's it. I'm sick of that's it. I'm sick of losing people." Yeah. And she fucking fired. Like, yeah, or you cut her right down to one shift. Yeah. Now, Ange, turns out, was a Spanish fascist. And that's why she thought, I'm the boss of this cafe because I'm higher up in the Spanish fascist party. Yeah. And that entitles me at this workplace. Because this workplace is effectively a Spanish fascist police station. And I'm a higher ranking Spanish fascist police officer. Secret police officer. And that gives me some authority here. And I'm like, no, but it's not though, because this is Australia. We're not in Spain. And fuck you. I didn't realize she was a Spanish fascist. I just thought she was a bitch. Yeah. 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 And so that sent shockwaves. Like, and it turns out that she knew, because the two skanks who had just moved out of, they were Spanish fascists as well, and they heard about it, and so they came into my work. Yeah, and so this like lit up the local Spanish fascist network, and then the band that I was in, yeah, that was Spanish fascist spies, and it wasn't long after that I quit that band. And so they're like, "Oh, fuck, who is this guy?" I just keep like stepping on the toes. And that chick that I was banging, she was a Spanish fascist. And then I went like, nah. I just started doing a really shit job. Yeah. Yeah. Because she got to like, yeah, her Spanish fascist handlers. So, Nick Tapscott's a cunt. Be mean to him. And she was a little bit rude. I was like, well, if you're gonna act like that, I won't. You're not gonna get the fucking the deluxe treatment. I'll just look after myself. And yes, I was like, all right, good night. She's like, and left. Yeah. 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 And then that was it. And then, yeah, so that stepped on their toes as well. And then I was working at Blue Diamond, which is Spanish fascist. And then I told them to get fucked. And then I quit that band. And they're like, fucking hell. Yeah. So, yeah, the King of Spain heard about all of this. All of it. All of us. Yeah. Yeah. And then that was around the same period that the Joker appeared at that party. Because Kiri. Yeah. Yeah. So Adam Boal. Yeah, so Henry Mars wanted to kill me, and he got tipped off. He's like, you can't touch that guy. You can't, because he's an Anzac. The military will come in. Like, it won't be like a gangster thing. It'll be like the military thing, and snipers will shoot you in the head. Like, yeah. They'll do a 0 Dark 30 raid, and like just shoot you with M4 carbines. Yeah, they will. They'll do that. He's spastic. And I'm like, oh fuck, yeah, but he hated me. He's like, well, whatever. Like, yeah, like suppress that guy. So that's what he did. Yeah, yeah. So Adam Boal never had the brief to murder me until right at the end. He did. Yeah, he had the brief to murder me like right at the end of his life, which was, when did he go? Like a couple of months ago. Yeah, at the end of just before New Year's Eve. Yeah. But that crew had instructions to suppress the shit out of me. Yeah. So did they do stuff that I'm unaware of? Yeah. I know Tim Brule was a fuckstick. Yeah. Well, what were they doing? Like, just spreading heaps of rumors. Like, were they stealing from me? Like, really? They stole my drums. They stole my cymbals. Yeah. The Black Cat crew stole my cymbals. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Fucking cocksuckers. Who was it? Jake. Yeah, Jake stole my cymbals. Fucking cockhead. Yeah. Well, we're being repaid through silver and blood, because I'm going to get a bunch of his shit. Yeah. Oh, Leif as well. He was Spanish. And Cassandra, they're Spanish fascists. Okay, yeah, fucking hell. Yeah. Fuck them. Yeah. Yeah, we caught up with them. Mossad caught up with them in Brooklyn. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. What else did they do? Nick Smith's bike. Nah. I think I lost the bike, didn't I? No, that wasn't it. They stole more than that. Yeah. What did they steal? They break into my house when I wasn't there. Yeah. I can't remember losing anything else there. They didn't break the stereo, no. But they broke into my house when I wasn't there. Yeah, on Alexander Parade. Yeah, because that house was really easy to break into. Yeah, you just come in that front window. Or they just snoop around and shit. Yeah, they didn't find anything. No. Yeah. What else is there? There's more. Yeah. Were they fucking my bed or something? They're planning to kidnap me. When? 2000. Before Rosenbach? Really? Yeah. And do what? Like, just abduct me and disappear me? Yeah. But they didn't have the brief to murder me, though. Like, no. But they were providing intelligence to the teams that were, yeah. Yeah. So when was that? Like 2000 and they sort of suspected that was a plan, but they didn't know for sure. But yeah, they were like, yeah, I'll board for that. Yeah. 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 That must have been when I was working at De Graves. Yeah, De Graves. There were heaps of Spaniards at De Graves as well. Yeah, that's a Spanish thing for sure. Yeah, Spanish fascists. Yeah. Oh, and that cunt Tara, she was Spanish fascist, and Ndrangheta Spanish fascist crossover. And that's why, yeah, and she was the same. She was the same as Anne. She's like, yeah, I'm high-ranking fucking Spanish fascist secret police officer. And Johnny from Journal is Spanish fascist. That whole fucking thing. Yeah, the faggot hat. Yeah, they're all Spanish fascists. Yeah, fucking hell, Journal is bastards. Yeah, and it scared the shit out of them. Not Jungle Juice, though, no. It scared the shit out of him when I called him the fuck out. Yeah, it's like, fuck you, Johnny. I'll fucking, yeah. I'll take you down, cunt. And he's like, wow, fuck. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and all those little cafe cunts, yeah, they're all Spanish fascists, like Jackie. Aaron, he's Spanish fascist as well. Yeah, okay. That's where I was trying to get to, right? So this is a Spanish fascist outfit. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay. So all of this is starting to make sense now. Yeah, so these fuckheads who I've been dueling, yeah. So this is everyday coffee. I worked with Aaron. Collingwood, yeah. Crazy. I worked with Aaron at Retro. That's it. That's it. Yeah. Aaron Maxwell. So he is a Spanish fascist as well. That's him. Yeah. What the hell is this? Yeah. Anyway, all of these photos are really small. But anyway, that's him. Yeah. So he is a Spanish fascist. All of these cafes in Melbourne. That's what we're building up to here. Kitty cat. Con is a Spanish fascist, and Ndrangheta. Yeah. So the Ndrangheta basically are Spanish fascists. Yeah. Fucking hell. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay. Yeah. So Melbourne Mafia, effectively. The Melbourne Mafia are Spanish fascists. Yeah. Yeah. So that's what it is. It's Spanish fascists. Like the Ndrangheta in Australia are Spanish fascists. That's King Felipe. He was effectively the boss of the Ndrangheta in Australia. The Honoured Society. Yeah. So all of those cafes are Ndrangheta. Ndrangheta equals Spanish fascist. Fuck you, King Felipe, you fucking spastic dog. How many murders connected to the Australian Ndrangheta kitty cat? 1.8 million. King Felipe, the King of Spain, who died this morning during interrogation at Camp Delta, is connected to the murder of 1.8 million Australians through the Ndrangheta, which is a proxy for Spanish fascism operational in Australia. So all of those fucking Ndrangheta cafes, Melbourne, basically, is that's Spanish fascism operational in Australia. Yeah, and that's why Jews in Melbourne have a really, really, really fucking hard time, and their synagogues keep getting torched unless they play ball, unless they're like corrupt. Yeah, they keep getting fucked over. Right, that's the big revelation. You'll be watching No Pictures of a Bird, a podcast by Mr. Tapscott. I'm Mr. Tapscott. Fuck you, Ndrangheta. Fuck you, Adam Boal. I will be repaid through silver and blood. I think we've got the blood. I'll come for the silver next.